Did you know that the Pacific Ocean is home to about 75% of the world's tsunamis? That's because it's surrounded by the infamous Ring of Fire, where tectonic plates constantly clash. Tsunamis in the Pacific are a major concern, and for good reason. They're not just powerful, they're deadly. And understanding why they're so devastating is crucial for our survival. To delve deeper into the mechanics of these colossal waves, we turn to Dr. Robert Williams, an esteemed geophysicist and professor at Stanford University. Dr. Williams explains,
A tsunami is essentially a series of ocean waves with extremely long wavelengths and periods, typically caused by large-scale disturbances such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or underwater landslides. In the Pacific Ocean, these disturbances are often linked to seismic activity along the Ring of Fire. Here's how it works. When an undersea earthquake occurs, it causes a sudden displacement of the seabed, which in turn displaces the overlying water. This abrupt movement generates waves that radiate outward in all directions from the epicenter. As these waves travel across the deep ocean, they can cover vast distances at speeds of up to 500 miles per hour, yet their height might only be a few feet, making them nearly undetectable at sea. As the waves encounter the continental shelf, their speed decreases due to friction with the ocean floor, causing the waves to bunch up and increase in height. This process, known as wave shoaling, results in towering walls of water that can inundate coastal areas with devastating force. The Pacific's unique geology and geography play a critical role. The Ring of Fire's active plate boundaries constantly generate seismic activity, which increases the likelihood of tsunamis. Additionally, the region's long segmented coastlines and relatively shallow continental shelves amplify the wave energy as it nears the shore. In areas where urban development and infrastructure are concentrated along the coast, the potential for loss of life and property damage is immense. By studying these events and their underlying causes, we can develop better early warning systems, improve coastal resilience, and ultimately save lives.
Dr. Emily Johnson, a renowned seismologist and professor at the University of California, explains the Ring of Fire and its effect on tsunamis.
The Ring of Fire is a major contributor to the frequency and intensity of tsunamis in the Pacific Ocean. Its network of active tectonic plates creates the perfect conditions for seismic activity, which can displace vast amounts of ocean water and generate powerful tsunamis. This constant tectonic movement is a significant factor in the Pacific's vulnerability to these devastating events. Let's take a closer look at the geological factors that contribute to the frequency and intensity of tsunamis in the Pacific. The Pacific Ring of Fire is a 40,000-kilometer-long chain of volcanoes and fault lines that encircles the Pacific Ocean. It's where several major tectonic plates meet, including the Pacific, North American, Eurasian, and Philippine sea plates. These plate boundaries are constantly in motion, grinding past each other at a rate of a few centimeters per year. As they move, they build up stress, which eventually releases as an earthquake or volcanic eruption. The Pacific Ring of Fire is responsible for about 75% of the world's largest earthquakes, many of which have triggered devastating tsunamis.
The Cascadia subduction zone off the coast of North America is another hotspot for tsunamis. This 700-kilometer-long fault line can produce massive earthquakes, releasing enormous amounts of energy into the ocean. In 1700, a magnitude 9 earthquake struck the Cascadia subduction zone, triggering a tsunami that affected several tribes in the region. The Chilean coast is also prone to tsunamis due to its location on the boundary between the Nazca and South American plates. In 1960, a magnitude 9.5 earthquake, the largest recorded earthquake in history, triggered a tsunami that traveled across the Pacific, affecting several countries including Hawaii, Japan, and the Philippines. One of the most significant tsunami events in the Pacific was the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, triggered by a magnitude 9.1 earthquake off the coast of Indonesia. The tsunami traveled across the Indian Ocean, affecting several countries including Thailand, Sri Lanka, and Myanmar. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami was a devastating event that claimed the lives of over 230,000 people in 14 countries. The impact was felt across the region, with entire communities swept away by the powerful waves. The tsunami also had a profound impact on the global community, with many countries coming together to provide aid and support to those affected. Survivors of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami talk about their experience.
It was a normal day, and I was at home with my family when we heard a strange roaring sound. Suddenly, the water came rushing in, destroying everything in its path. We were swept away by the powerful waves, but I managed to cling onto a tree. I held on for dear life as the water surged around me. After what felt like hours, the water receded, and I found myself alone amidst the devastation. Miraculously, my family survived too, and we were reunited amidst the ruins of our village.
I was at the beach with my friends when we noticed the ocean pulling back, exposing the seabed. It was an unusual sight and we were curious. Then we saw the massive wave approaching. We ran as fast as we could, but the wave caught up with us. I was thrown against a building and knocked unconscious. When I woke up, I was surrounded by debris and water. I managed to find a piece of wood to cling to and floated until I was rescued. It was a terrifying experience, and I am grateful to have survived. Many of my friends were not so lucky.
In the aftermath of the tsunami, recovery efforts were slow and challenging. Many communities were left to pick up the pieces, struggling to rebuild their lives and their homes. The international community came together to provide aid, but it was clear that more needed to be done to prevent such disasters in the future. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami led to a major overhaul of tsunami early warning systems around the world. The UN established the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning and Mitigation System, which provides early warnings to countries in the region. The system has been instrumental in saving lives during subsequent tsunami events.
Following the catastrophic 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, the establishment of the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning and Mitigation System, or IOTWMS, was a crucial step towards enhancing regional preparedness and response capabilities. This system, coordinated by UNESCO's Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission, has been instrumental in saving countless lives by providing timely and accurate tsunami warnings. The collaborative efforts of countries like Indonesia, India, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and Australia have significantly strengthened international cooperation and data sharing, ensuring that we are better equipped to face future tsunami threats. Historically, the Indian Ocean region lacked a coordinated early warning system, which proved disastrous in 2004 when the tsunami led to an unprecedented loss of life and destruction. Learning from this tragedy, the IOTWMS has not only improved our scientific and technological capabilities, but has also fostered a spirit of collaboration and resilience among the affected nations. This historical shift marked a new era in disaster preparedness, emphasizing the importance of early warnings and coordinated response mechanisms to mitigate the impact of such natural events.
The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami also led to a shift in policy, with many countries recognizing the importance of preparedness and early warning systems. In Indonesia, the government established the Agency for Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysics, which is responsible for monitoring and responding to tsunamis. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami was a wake-up call for the world, highlighting the importance of preparedness and early warning systems. It also emphasized the need for international cooperation and collaboration in the face of natural disasters. So, why are Pacific tsunamis so much more deadly? It's a combination of geological factors, including the Pacific Ring of Fire, tectonic plate boundaries, and shallow waters. It's also due to the densely populated areas, lack of preparedness, and limited access to early warning systems. Tsunamis in the Pacific are a harsh reminder of the power of nature. They're a warning that we must be prepared, that we must have systems in place to detect and respond to these disasters. By understanding the causes of tsunamis, we can work towards preventing such disasters in the future. Finally, we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts or experiences with tsunamis in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about natural disasters, be sure to check out our other videos. Thanks for watching.